Planning Semiconductor Lifecycle Overview. I need to create a detailed overview of the semiconductor manufacturing lifecycle, covering everything from planning to product shipping. I'll cite relevant companies and their stock tickers for each step, avoiding heavy formatting but keeping some bullet lists. I'll include design IP companies like Synopsys and ARM, fabless designers such as NVIDIA and AMD, foundries like TSMC and Intel, equipment suppliers like ASML and Lam Research, materials from Shinetsu and Siltronic, and chemicals like JSR and DuPont, detailing semiconductor lifecycle components. I'm outlining details for the semiconductor lifecycle, making sure to clarify company ticker symbols to avoid confusion. For gases, I'll mention Linde and Air Liquide, and for photomasks, Toppen and Photronics. In packaging and testing, I'll include ASE Technology and Amcor. For EDA Cloud Services, I'll list Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. I should consider the step-by-step process, including product definition to OEM integration, as well as logistics and key distributors like Arrow Electronics and Foxconn for various sectors, from smartphones to automotive. Identifying key semiconductor players. I'm outlining important companies in the semiconductor industry, focusing on integrated device manufacturers (IDMs) like NXP, Infineon, and ST Micro, who operate their own fabs and packaging. For memory vendors, I'll include Micron, Samsung, SK Hynix, and mention Kioxia as private. Next, I need to confirm EDA sources and IP blocks while ensuring the accuracy of tickers. I'll validate companies like Synopsys, Cadence, Siemens EDA, and others I've noted, including regulatory certifications for shipping consumer products. It's essential to avoid errors here. Listing semiconductor equipment suppliers. I'm compiling a list of semiconductor equipment suppliers and their ticker symbols. For lithography, I'll include ASML, Nikon, and Canon. I'll also mention SME for semiconductor equipment and Screen Holdings for coder developer. In the testing segment, I'll note Advantest and Teradyne, while ONT innovation is key for metrology. For dicing, I'll list ISCO and Kulik and SOFA for wire bonders. Additionally, I'll ensure I've accurately included materials suppliers like Shinetsu, Siltronic, and others, including DuPont and Merck KGaA. Organizing semiconductor supply chain details. I'm carefully compiling details about the semiconductor industry, including company ticker symbols. I'll clarify MRKDE as Merck KGaA and list gases suppliers like Linde and Air Liquide. For photomasks, I'll mention Toppen, DNP, and Photronics. In OSAT, I'll include ASE Technology, Amcor, and others, while noting that SPIL merged into ASE. I'll cover IDMs like Texas Instruments and Infineon, and include distributors, EMS companies, and EDA cloud providers like AWS and Google Cloud. For memory vendors, I'll feature Micron and Samsung, and wrap up with packaging materials and logistics firms in bullet points. Planning a detailed overview. The user is asking for a comprehensive 2,500-word overview covering planning to shipping. I should structure it into sections that detail each step and include relevant companies and their stock tickers. I'll think about adding elements like regional issues, timelines, capital expenditure, quality systems, sustainability, and risks, as well as geopolitical factors and standards. Since 2,500 words is quite lengthy, around 1,800 to 2,500 words is my target. I will aim for clear organization with numbered sections and bullet lists for companies, avoiding heavy formatting. Verifying stock tickers. I need to ensure accuracy for the tickers of various companies, including NVIDIA, NVDA, AMD, Qualcomm, QCOM, and Apple AAPL. I'll check MediaTek, 2454 TW, Broadcom, AVGO, Marvell, MRVL, NXP, NXPI, and ST Microelectronics, which trades as STM in the NYSE and STMPA in Europe. I'll also verify companies like Infineon, IFXDE, Texas Instruments, TXN, and others. Some companies like C5 and Imagination are private now, which I'll note. There are quite a few to check. Refining ticker listings. I want to be cautious about using the correct stock tickers. I could list Hitachi 6501T as the parent company and consider Nova measuring NVMe for metrology, along with Camtek CAMT. For metrology and inspection, I should consolidate to CLA, CLAC, Anta, Nova, NVMe, and Camtek CAMT. I'll mention companies in various sectors, including Shinetsu Chemical, 4063T, and Linda, Lin. Clarifying Merck KGaA, MRKDE, is important since it differs from the US MRK. There are other private companies to note as well. Listing various industry companies. The SPIL merger with ASE is important to note, along with companies like Kayak, 2449 TW, and Tongfu Microelectronics, 002156SZ. For substrates, I should include Ajinomoto, 2802T, Ibiden, 4062T, and others. In the distributor category, ARW, AVT, and WPG, 3702TW, are key players, while Future Electronics, Mauser, and Dajiki are private. For logistics, I need to mention DHL, DPDHLDE, FedEx FDX, and UPS. I also want to note firms like Foxconn, 2317 TW, and Apple AAPL and OEMs, including relevant standards. I need to note some key standards, like JEDEC, ISO, and IATF 16949. For this overview, even though they aren't companies, they're important. The user is looking for around 2,500 words, so I want to elaborate on various points while avoiding heavy markdown. Numbered headings and bullet lists will help with organization. I also want to be precise with tickers, making sure not to hallucinate any. For example, Siemens EDA is under Siemens AGCG80RODC, primary ZDE. I'll mention companies like Keysight, Keys, and ANSYS, ANSS. Adding details about lithopellicles is essential, including Mitsui Chemicals, 4183T, and noting that Horiot produces them too. I'll ensure to add information on capital equipment services and facility aspects like HVAC, possibly Daikin, 6367T. I also need to include gases suppliers and mention timelines, feedback loops, yield ramps, and quality standards. Let's get started. Defining product stakeholders. I need to mention key stakeholder companies and their tickers, like product owners and cloud foundries. My focus will be on product definition, and I can include early supplier engagement with firms like TSMC, TSM, Samsung, 005930KS, Intel, INTC, Global Foundries, GFS, and UMC. I'll also highlight substrate vendors, offset capacity, and mention ASE, ASX, Amkor, AMKR, Ibiden, 4062T, Animicron, 3037 TW, and Ajinomoto, 2802T. The aim will be clarity and simple structure without heavy formatting. If sometimes fraught, relationship with the education sector through products like Chromebooks and Google Classroom. More importantly, it possesses the three key ingredients for success: unparalleled AI expertise with its Gemini models, massive distribution channels that already reach millions of students and teachers, and a business model that can support a free, high-quality product as a strategic investment in its ecosystem. In 2025, expects Google to announce a free, AI-powered tutoring product integrated directly into its existing education suite. This won't be a simple Q&A chat, but imagine a sophisticated Socratic tutor that guides students through complex problems by asking insightful questions rather than giving away answers. Picture a math tutor that can generate infinite practice problems and provide step-by-step visual feedback, or a history tutor that allows a student to have a simulated conversation with a historical figure. The AI's ability to offer infinite patience, immediate feedback, and a curriculum tailored to the individual is a superpower that could dramatically accelerate learning and close achievement gaps. The launch will not be without controversy. Debates will rage over data privacy, algorithmic bias, the pedagogical soundness of AI-driven instruction, and the evolving role of human teachers. However, the potential to deliver personalized, world-class instruction at scale is a promise too powerful to ignore. Google will navigate these challenges to deliver a product that could become the most significant technological intervention in education in a century. 16. Betting on everything goes mainstream. We see a new unicorn minted around the financialization of everything. A powerful undercurrent has been reshaping our culture for years: the financialization of everything. This trend, born from a potent cocktail of new technologies and a generational distrust of traditional economic paths, transforms every aspect of life into a tradable, speculative asset. From the meme stock frenzy of GameStop to the NFT boom, and now to the rise of prediction markets, we are increasingly viewing the world through the lens of a portfolio. In 2025, this trend will accelerate dramatically, moving from niche online communities to the cultural mainstream. Prediction markets like Kalshi, which allow users to place bets on the outcome of everything from Grammy Awards to Fed interest rate hikes, will see exponential growth. As their impressive election cycle charts show, these platforms are becoming powerful, real-time mechanisms for aggregating public sentiment, often proving more accurate than traditional polling. This movement is not monolithic, it's a confluence of several powerful streams. The legalization of sports betting is creating a massive, newly regulated market, while innovative sweepstakes models are finding clever ways to operate in states that still have restrictions. The crypto market, emerging from its recent winter, is once again providing a decentralized, technologically native avenue for speculation, and a new, more nebulous category is emerging around the betting of in-game virtual items, or skins, a largely unregulated space that raises serious concerns about its accessibility to minors. This mainstream adoption will inevitably bring a dark side into sharper focus. The gamified interfaces, social features, and constant stream of micro-events are designed to maximize engagement, blurring the lines between investing, entertainment, and addictive gambling. We will see increased media attention on stories of financial ruin and addiction, prompting a fierce public debate and a push for stronger consumer protections and regulations. Despite these challenges, the underlying forces driving this trend, the search for economic agency, the thrill of speculation, and the desire to monetize one's own knowledge and intuition, are too powerful to reverse. A new unicorn unicorn will be minted in this space in 2025, one that successfully balances mainstream appeal with the regulatory and ethical complexities of the world where any